Fellow language learners, I'm here to talk about my 2026 language learning goals. So this year, I would say has been a successful year. I've been focusing more so on French, trying to get to a B1 level, which I've achieved. First, let's review my 2025 language learning goals. I did okay, I would say. Ideally, I would have loved to be at a B2 level by now. But like I always say, language learning is a marathon, not a sprint. From the beginning of the year to, I would say, the middle, I was using this book. Now, this book is really good. I didn't buy this book. I got this book from school over 10 years ago now. But it starts off with the times and dates, days of the week, and then it progresses to relationships and future plans, employment. And then I thought, I'm learning a lot of vocab in these specific fields, but one thing I noticed, which was bad, was that my grammar wasn't good. So I kind of scrapped this book, and from, I would say, July, I started this book. This is around the time where I realized how important grammar was, because I would be doing italki lessons, which is another thing that I picked up. By March, I started some lessons, and I thought, yeah, I need to start talking, because before that, I didn't do any talking. Yeah, so I only started talking around March, which is a bit late. I think for my next language, I will make sure I start talking earlier than that at least, because I think that was already after a year of learning French. So I started talking French for initially was only half an hour a week. And then I thought, no, I needed to talk a bit more. So I started doing 1 hour lessons a week, just with one teacher. And that's where I noticed that my grammar wasn't great at all. I would make a lot of silly mistakes. And then I grabbed my grammar book, started to improve on my grammar a little bit, and I'm still doing that. Actually, I just finished not too long ago doing a grammar lesson on my own. I was just going through the textbook and going through my old notes, learning a lot. And then I started to do 2 lessons a week, 1 hour each, with 2 different teachers. I honestly thought it would be very difficult for me to do that, but it's been, for the most part, quite smooth. And I wouldn't have to speak English at all in any of those lessons. My grammar wasn't the best, or still isn't the best, and I can't express myself the way I would like to, but it's enough to be understood. But overall, given that I've only started speaking this year, I'm happy with my progress. Initially, my plan was to move on to another language by the end of this year. But for now, I'm not going to do that, just because I feel like there's still a lot of improvement to do when it comes to my French. So that was it for my French. That's the main language I've learned for this year. The next language is Portuguese, and the main thing that I've done to maintain my Portuguese was to speak with my dad. Every day I speak with my dad in Portuguese. It was something that I wasn't doing too much last year, and I started to do that this year. But in all honesty, you can't learn too much by talking to one person for 20 minutes a day. So I wouldn't say I've learned a lot, but I've managed to maintain my level, I would say. In terms of Spanish, that's a difficult one, touchy subject. Because with my Spanish, I haven't been practicing, and actually a couple of weeks ago, my auntie from Spain came to visit, and I struggled to talk to her in Spanish. The reason I struggled is because I haven't maintained my Spanish at all, and I've forgotten pretty much everything. Well, I've forgotten a lot. I do understand everything still, but in terms of talking, I get mixed up with Portuguese and French mainly, because French is what's in my head right now. That takes us into 2026. My goals are, so for French, my goal is to get to a B2 level at least before moving on to either Portuguese or Spanish. The way I'm going to do that will be by finishing this grammar book, and then I've also got Assimil that I will finish. I'll do those 2 alongside reading, and I would like to start journaling as well in French, because I heard that journaling is very useful when it comes to learning languages. I will also continue doing 2 lessons a week on italki, 1 hour each, 2 hours for the week, And by, I don't know, maybe March, that will get me, if I continue doing that, that will get me to a B2 level, hopefully. My Portuguese and my Spanish are already decent. My Portuguese is much better. I think my Portuguese is my most comfortable language speaking, other than English. And for that reason, I think I'm going to leave Portuguese towards the end of the year. My next one would be Spanish, and I would like to get that to a B2 level. Right now, I would say I'm at the beginning of B1. I've forgotten a lot, but for me to get back to the level that I was at, I don't think it would take too long, if I'm honest. So I would need to definitely speak more. I will get 2 teachers a week, do 1-hour lessons, go through the grammar book, because that's one thing that I had an issue with both Spanish and Portuguese, because I didn't learn those languages. I just overheard my mum, who's Spanish, speaking Spanish, my dad, who's Portuguese, speaking Portuguese, and that's just how I picked up the language. But I've never sat down and studied any of those languages. Other than, I did the Spanish a little bit, but that's it really. During COVID, I did study a bit of Spanish, but it wasn't, I didn't do much textbook work. So my goal is to get to a strong B2 level in Spanish, then move on to Portuguese, do the same things, journal, listen to podcasts, immerse myself, do lessons, continue speaking to my dad in Portuguese. And if I manage to do all of that before the end of the year, I'm going to choose a new language, which is, even me talking about it now, is exciting. It will either be Italian or German. You're probably thinking, why Italian or German? So, firstly, the reason why I'm saying maybe Italian next, because I'm definitely going to do Italian and German, but I don't know which I'm going to do next. The reason why I say Italian is because it's very similar to both, well, all 3, Spanish, Portuguese, and French. It's part of the Romance languages. Now, German, the reason why I chose German, or I'm going to choose German, is because I'm a Barca fan, and I just feel like there's a link with Germany. I don't know what it is. The last time we won the Champions League, it was in Germany. My manager, who has changed my life as a fan, is German, Flick. Even the Euros, I support Spain. Last time we won it, Germany. 2008, won it against Germany. There's just always a link with Germany. So for that reason, I would like to learn German when the time comes. But that's it for my 2026 goals. If you've got any 2026 goals in terms of language learning, let me know in the comment section below. And good luck on your journey. Until next time.